Hey, I'm Mike, running for Dirt Perfect. Yeah, we're back at it. Every time we haul these things, there's a disaster. I broke some of them the first time. I got hung up in the field the second time. This is round 3. We're trying to get the rest of the small diameter out. I got 2 days to truck. We got the bottom row on already. We are running 2 cameras today. That means one camera has audio package, the other one does not. It's gonna be a roller coaster for the audio quality, and you're just gonna have to be okay with that, or I don't know, switch to another channel. Listen, we don't have the money for fancy leveling software. I just got this row cleaned out, and this stuff is sharp, very sharp. It'll tear up those loader tires in a heartbeat. But we're gonna swap to the bucket real quick, get that section cleaned up, and then we're gonna move on to the little precarious pyramid that Perfect placed. That was fun. Okay. Yep. Camera 2. Get forks off there, up for unlock. And we'll just set the forks over here. If you guys can throw it in reverse for me, it's all right, we got it. Solid trailer placement. I can't think of a better place to put a trailer. You know what? If we're real careful, like. Oh, I can't get under it. Oh, that's fine. Sure, we could go get the forks and do it that way, but where's the adventure in that, huh? Okay, we're going to, oh, I don't know. We could sneak that in there. It's not too far off. Called a rub rail for a reason, you know what I mean? Shh. Just ignore that, okay? Just ignore that part. All right. All right. Everything's loaded up. I need to put those shims in to raise the deck a little bit. A few people asked how much height that gives me. Well, I'll get ready to show you. For just a super easy reference, we'll just go from this blue bar to the bottom of that corner. We're sitting at 1 foot. I put these shims on. There we go. That just spaces out where that pin rides at. Got one for the other side. And then we set the trailer down so it rests on that. Blue bar's in the same spot. That puts us at 14.5 inches. So one of those shims gains us 2.5 inches. And if you remember last time we hauled, we scraped pavement, turned it in and out of there, so we need that 2.5 inches. And the reason we don't normally leave those shims in is because if we leave those in, that puts us over height on some of the equipment we haul for Mike. So normally they stay out so we have taller ride height, but when we know we're getting into something where we need some more room, we slide them in. Let me get chained down and we'll hit the road. Got everything chained down, tied down, strapped down. That looks good. Don't see any reason that won't work for us. So we've been doing every time, just worked every time. My flag's on. I think it's worth mentioning, Mike said if I can get 4 loads hauled in 2 days, that I can run out and pick something up. I've been wanting to pick something up that I got with the lowboy. Now the lowboy is overkill for what we're going to pick up, but it's just, it rides nicer down the road than the CD500 does. Oh, so we are good left, good right, good left and good right again. All right, somebody's asking how much loaded this pipe weighs the way we're loading it. We haven't scaled it, but just by the way the truck drives and handles, it is lighter than the 850. It feels pretty similar to when the 120's on here, but maybe even a little lighter than that. I mean, we're climbing gears pretty easy. What are the odds? What are the odds? Like, how far is he going? How far does he have to go? Because we're going to have a problem if he's got to go far. Busiest dead-end road I've ever seen. So that'll work fine. We're kind of off to the side. Let's go ahead and get her unchained. And we'll go ahead and get... Okay. All right. Well, it appears we may have cracked one in transport. Yeah. That's definitely classified as broke. Maybe that's a custom bevel. You could lay that at the end of the pipe run. Custom culvert. I don't know. That looks like a 2-to-1 slope if I've ever seen one. Now, if you're paying attention at home, you know that means my tally is 4 broken pipe and Dirt Perfect is 3. But there's an update. Oh yeah, there's an update. It's right through there. Right up there. There's the pile pipe. Right over here. I can spy a broken pipe. That makes the tally. Kleeman 4, Dirt Perfect 4. Now, in case you're wondering, this is like golf. The person with the lowest score wins. Grab the skid steer down here. Kind of a weird place to park it. I don't know why someone would park that so far away. So we're offloaded, picked up, ready to go. That went pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Well, off the pavement on the gravel a little bit. That'll be all right. So the rest of this stack is all the longer sections of pipe. That looks, you guys want to play a fun game? I love this game. Is that pipe shorter than that pipe? Is it? I'm going to say yes. Let's measure. (8'7". Well, they are shorter. About a foot, 7 foot. And these are all 7 foot. Okay. Second load, chain down, tied down, ready to go. We've got this that's kind of got the chipped in here. Still going to haul it though. He could still use it for an end piece on a culvert or the end piece of a tile run or something like that. I don't think it's worth leaving behind. I think he'll still be able to use it. So we're still going to go ahead and haul that. 18 more. Pulled a couple off that second pyramid already. So whenever we get back, we'll get into this back pyramid, or this middle pyramid. Of course, we have this cool situation going on. That looks fun. What could possibly go wrong? It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. Load 2 is done, offloaded, trailer's ready, stacked over there, and I cleared out another little section there so we have some room for more pipe in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and go back and load number 3 and get it chained down and tied down, and then we'll take it in the morning. And if everything goes okay, we'll have time to run out to the sawmill. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not gonna film any of load 3 here. Unless something wild and crazy happens, I'll just meet you guys tomorrow morning. So load number 3 went awesome, and it is sunshiny. Let's go ahead and get load 4. Hop up in the loader here. Maybe. Okay, so this one's got the little self-loading. Are you kidding me? And chaining? How can he afford these things? Well, that's gonna save some time for sure. We are back. Trip went great. Just gotta get this thing unloaded and stacked, and then we can head to the sawmill. So we ended up getting 4 loads hauled, 18 pipes apiece. That's what we got trucked in. Not bad. Somebody asked a really valid question. How come we see you trucking all the pipe but none of it been used yet? All the pipe that is at the lot will be used on this job. So until it all gets here, he's now going to start putting the work in. You're not going to haul all your equipment out here if you don't have all the material yet. And this job is pretty far down the line as far as when it's scheduled. He's got a lot of other tile jobs going right now using his new homemade plow that him and Man Behind the Scenes and Rainier all put together. He's already ran, I think, a couple thousand feet with it, and it's worked really well for him. Here she is. So if you're keeping track at home, the current tally is 4 pipe to Dirt Perfect, 4 pipe to Captain Kleeman. Now technically, like I said, he's hauled a whole bunch more of this than I have, so he probably gets a handicap score of some sort to even that out. Let me clean these tracks out just a little bit and then we'll head out to the mill. Well, you can see the track frame at least. It's just a muddy mess here. There's no way around that. Oh yeah, a little bit better. Could use a good heavy rain. Let's go. I'll see you there, okay. See how time is spent this way. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. So the barn update. We've got the rest of the barn siding for the chicken coop slash goat barn. I did a little bit of dirt work down there, kind of cleaned it up. We got this little thing going down to it now. We bought a bunch of poplar from Logger Wade out there at Phil Aitchen's Timber Harvest. Hey, pup. We'll talk more in detail about price and the grade of the lumber and how all that worked whenever we do the video on finishing the siding. But there you go, that's the update. We've got the lumber to do it. And by the way, that is a very, very impressive operation out there. And if you're not watching Logger Wade, you should. Logger Wade's channel covers all the logging, the milling, every aspect of it. It's such a cool thing. It's such a cool operation. You need to get over and check out Logger Wade. Let's go down and get that piece of broken pipe, and then you'll get yourself an update on the pond. See if we can scoop this pipe up. Mike said I could have this, but he would start getting suspicious if I had a whole lot of fish habitat. You know what I mean? I don't know, Mike. I broke half of them, but just enough that I could take them to the house. Watch me make it this far with it, hit a bump and just shatter it right as soon as we get to the pond. Oh, somebody needs to clean their trail. It's me. Okay. The pond is looking great. It's been full for about a month. I showed that when it was full in my year-end review video back in January. We did plant a few little weeping willow trees. Here's one. There's one right there by that ribbon by the doggo. And another little fella right there. And they've got buds on them already, so that's exciting. Bell tower's doing just fine, sitting there, happy as could be. We'll walk over to the overflow. Just looks great sitting back in here. We have not had any issues with the overflow. It just kind of trickles out of there. Out to this side. And Gary hasn't had any issues down on his end. He said everything's running fine. We do plan on raising the water level about 8 inches. We wanted to wait and see how it did with some heavy rains. And we had a few just kind of downpours where we got, 2 inches dumped on us, and it handled it great, never even covered up the pipe. And then we had a few 2 and 3 day rain events where we'd get 3 or 4 inches, and it handled that fine, never even covered up the pipe. We just kind of wanted to get through the winter and see how it handled all the water. But we've got plenty of room on the water board, probably 3 feet or so. So we're gonna add another 8 inches in height. I left that out there so we can do that. Probably just add a coupler, and then we're just gonna take a 90 and turn a 90 down. That's gonna be how we keep trash and stuff from getting down into the overflow. Gary said he's done that on a few ponds where you just take a 90 and point it down so the opening is actually under the water, and then just hydraulics kind of does its thing, keeping the water flowing through there, and that keeps floating things and leaves and sticks and that kind of stuff from getting into it. So that's the plan for that. If you look real close right in there, maybe, where's it at? Right there. That's the top of the rock structure for the fish, and there are fish in here now. Little fellers, I don't know, there's some swimming around right there. It's not gonna show up on camera, Mike. There's no possible way that's gonna show up on camera. Oh, but they're in there. There's some fish in there. Now it'll probably take 2 or so years till we get any big enough that are worth trying to catch or cook or eat or that kind of thing. But there are fish in it. It is now a living habitat, which is awesome. Everything is dry. There's no, over seepage, wet spots or that kind of thing. It all looks really nice. Really happy with it. So everything's going great with it. We're super excited. Gary's got some plans to put a floating dock in long term. I want to build a cantilevered concrete dock somewhere on that side where it's deep. I kind of like the idea of cantilevered concrete because I want to build it and never have to mess with it type thing. But he's going to do a floating dock, so that'll get us by for a few years for sure. You guys think if I cut this off about 16 inches high, you think that'd make a good fire pit material for firing? It's possible. Anywho, the bell tower will get us by for a couple years, and at some point we'll build a shelter house, but not this year. But man, it just fits in so nice down here. I think it's cool looking across the water and then looking into the tops of the trees, the way it sits on the hill. Anyway, there's your updates. You got your update on the barn, you got your update on the pond. Awesome 2 days of trucking, nothing really broken, everything went super smooth. Been a great couple days, can't complain about that. I go back to my real job tomorrow after having 2 weeks off. I'm not sure what we're getting into next. Got a bunch of hazard trees I need to take care of. Probably gonna do that. I don't know, who knows? You guys will know because you'll stay tuned, you'll subscribe, you'll hit the notification button, you'll get everything taken care of you need to get taken care of to make sure you don't miss the next episode, right? Right, we all know that. I'm gonna put this pipe somewhere for the time being. I'm not gonna put it in the water yet because I need to know what you guys think about cutting it off for maybe a fire pit.